morning, everyone. Hi. So, a couple of quick questions. How many of you have been affiliates for at least a year? How many have been doing this mid-level, maybe 2 years to 5 years? Okay, 5 years and up? Okay, cool. So if there's anything anyone doesn't get, feel free to stop me, throw something at me, whatever you need to do, and I can slow down and explain it better. Or if there's a term you don't understand, I'll have a small question and answer after each slide, and then at the end you can ask questions about anything you'd like. So this is how to choose an affiliate program and make money. So as you're going through the show here, you're going to find a ton of people that say, work with me, work with me, work with me, and all of them have great pitches and great advice for you, and the problem is that, well, you're just in really good hands with some of them. So I just love these two pictures. You have the nice little small mom and pop shops, you have some of the big brands, you have the grouchy manager, that's usually me, and then we go in and all of a sudden when you join the program you're not making money, and then you find some stuff out about the program on why you might not be making money or what could be happening or that your traffic isn't a right fit for that specific program. So that's where this comes in. These are the ones you shouldn't have trusted and that you, well, shouldn't be working with me. So, the overview. The first thing we're going to talk about is finding merchants. The second thing are potential losses. These are things that could cause you to lose money. Then after that, we're going to go through the sales funnel on our merchant's website. Then we're going to talk about attentive affiliate managers. After that, we're going to go into program details. And then we're going to go into the creatives and tools that the merchants will offer you and how you can use them on your sites. So, let's start with finding merchants. The easiest way that a lot of people do is they just log into the network, they type in a keyword or type in a type of product they're looking for, and then they find a list of merchants. That's a great way to find them. The next thing you can do, this is what I've actually switched to over the last few years. I don't use the networks as much. I go into Google or I go into Bing or sometimes even on Facebook, even though it doesn't really pull that good of a result, and I will just type in the type of product I'm looking for, affiliate programs, and I can pull up a list that way. And something that used to work really well, if you're looking for programs that have been around for a long time, you can check different affiliate forums. There's a lot of advice from the early 2000s till today about different programs, people's experiences, and that could help you find programs you may not have known existed. Some merchants actually don't list programs on their website, so you really have to dig to find where they are, or they're private labeled programs, so it's invite only, and this is how you can find them, through forums and through search engines instead of the networks. Okay? So, potential losses. So how many of you go shopping and you're about to check out and you see a coupon code box? So we go to Google, we type in URL or trademark plus coupons, and then a bunch of coupon websites pop up. Well, if you're a content affiliate, if you're a PPC affiliate, if you're a blogger, and you're sending your traffic and they have cookie-based tracking or server-based tracking and they're not leapfrogging, we can go into that later, the commission's back. If they allow coupon sites or loyalty sites to rank for their trademark plus coupons or bid on this, and their links get clicked, your cookie is more than likely now gone and you just lost your sale. So one of the first things you want to do, when you find your merchants, create a list of 5 or 6 that you really like, and then you want a checkbox down the sides. And the first thing to look for, coupon and loyalty sites. A lot of times, if you are a coupon site, those are the ones, we do full attribution with our clients, so we can see who's touching whose cookies and what's happening. A lot of the times with the coupon sites, they overwrite each other's cookies, and it's not as big of an issue for the content sites, but it still does happen, and that's still a potential loss. You spent time building your traffic, getting your readers and following, and now if the person searches for a coupon code and clicks their link, you may lose your commission. What's worse is if it's a loyalty site that's ranking, your readers now find a place where they can get cash back, earn rewards. So they may actually go from your site to this site directly now so they can get their cash back before they shop, meaning you never make money, you potentially never make money off of your own reader again. So that's one thing to look for. Adware is something I'm going to show you a couple of examples for. Adware can control the computer, it can control the browser, and the purpose is to get the person to take an action and set the cookie, and so the adware gets credit for it. You'll find it with a lot of coupon sites. You'll find adware-only ones. You'll find adware networks. You want to look out for terms like PPV, toolbar, things like that. So as you're scanning through the sites, look for some of them and check for some of them. Trademark bidders. If you're in weddings, let's say, or bridal favors, chances are the person's going to go to your site, see something really cool, show it to their friends, and maybe come back later to shop. So they'll type in the merchant's name, and if it goes into the, if they do a Google search for the merchant name, and there's a trademark bidder in there bidding on the trademark, all of a sudden their cookie can now be set, you lose your commission, even though you originally referred that person, the merchant wouldn't have had the sale. So what you want to do is you want to type in the merchant's name and see if there's an active affiliate bidding on any of the trademarks, misspellings, or variations. This could cause you to lose sales and lose money. That's another thing on your checklist. Leaks. A leak is anything on a merchant's website that will take you from the site to another site. You'll see some merchants will run AdSense on it to make money. Well, you're sending your clients to them, and now they're sending it to another store to make a couple cents off. You're not going to get your commission now because they're directing the user that you sent them to another person. They'll show banner ads for other stores. They'll show banner ads for other partner stores of theirs. If they do not have the same tracking pixels set across the stores, you may not get sales if the person leaks into the next site. A really bad example is a company I used to work with, and what I found is in their drop-down menu for specific products, they actually had an entire data feed run affiliate store inside the merchant site. And I was also an affiliate of that site. So I'd send my reader there. The reader may be already tagged with a cookie for that second person. So now they're taking the person that I referred to them, they're sending them through another affiliate program, replacing my cookie. I don't get the sale on their site because they've already left the site, and now they can make money off of my visitor and I get nothing. So that's something you want to look at. Go through the full merchant site and see if they're an actual affiliate themselves. Links to other affiliates. This is also bad. Sometimes you'll come across merchant sites that link to top partners or say, find coupons for us at this site. And now they're taking your traffic, sending them to a competitor of yours, and now you can lose money doing this. There's some merchants that actually own their own coupon sites and link to them. So if you order through the merchant site, then you get a package and you see a little insert or on the box, a coupon site or something else. Go there and see if it's an affiliate because now your readers know where to go and you may no longer get commissions if they remember to use those. Okay? Are there any questions on potential losses? Okay. So here's an example of coupon sites and trademark bidders. I blocked out the merchant's name specifically so that this is about education, not saying this merchant does this or that. But if you look, all of these sites that are blocked out, these are trademark bidders right here off of the URL plus coupons. These are all active affiliate links on these sites as well. So if I would send a visitor to this merchant and they would leave and they would click on it, I would actually lose my commission now, even though I'm the one that referred it and should have gotten the sale. Okay? So let's go to the next slide. This is Adware. This is a legit affiliate site, as I'm calling it, and you'll see right here is an affiliate link. It's about a specific type of cell phone, okay? This person brought the traffic on. The person's reading about the traffic, so they go here, okay? They click it. They go to the merchant's website. If you notice here, this is all plain and boring. There's nothing pretty up here. So we go to this next site. All of a sudden, we hit this merchant's website, and this changes colors right here. And it's saying, click me, and it's blinking. And it's saying, come, get coupons, get cash back, get whatever you want. You know, we're going to promise you the world. And in some cases, the affiliate cookie's already been replaced, and the toolbar and Adware affiliate's already taking credit for it. And so basically, that's the first interruption. So I clicked on this, and a cookie with some of them is set. And now it's giving me coupons. So I click it. All of a sudden, it redirects. And now there's this giant banner. My ID, my affiliate ID, or actually the affiliate in this one, this person is no longer getting credit for the sale. This toolbar has now stolen the sale from this affiliate and replaced it. And now what's worse is the merchant may end up losing more margin, not only to the affiliate, but to a coupon code that could be offered because they're giving cash back, to the network fee. So the merchant's really taking a hit on every sale that this takes credit for. And on this next slide, you're going to see it doesn't just discriminate against affiliates. It does Google as well. You'll see that they inject their logos next to ads on the pay-per-click engines and other things. This can easily overwrite your cookies, overwrite your sales, and take credit for the traffic and the commissions you should be earning. Leaks. Here's an example of a very popular retail shop that many of us know and promote. And if you go to the bottom of product pages and some category pages, you'll see this. Not only are there coupon sites showing up in it, but there's competitors showing up in it. So if your traffic is worthless to them and they're willing to give it away for a couple pennies, you may not want to work with this merchant. So scan through the entire merchant site, look for leaks, look for things like that that could direct your traffic away, And at that point, you can find a different merchant that carries the same products and values you as an affiliate and your traffic. Are there any questions on leaks? Okay. So sales funnels. So one thing you want to do is you want to go through the actual merchant website. You want to see how easy is this to shop. Do I have to click 10 times to actually add something to the cart? Is there a quick checkout? Do they have multiple payment options? Do I have a quick pay with PayPal? Is PayPal actually set up with a tracking pixel as well so I get credit for my sale? Do they cross-sell and upsell products? This will increase your average order value, and will they actually commission you on the cross-sells and upsells? Some merchants don't. So you want to go through the process. If they have like 10 upsells going through the checkout, that could get annoying and cause you to have your visitors fall off and not get a commission. So maybe that'll be a check against that merchant, and you want to promote a different one. Do you get credit for everything? We already talked that. Do they have an easy to navigate checkout process? After you're done typing in your information, your name, your address, does it automatically go to the next one? Does that person have to click? Look at the font size. Look and see if they have radio buttons versus boxes. Think about who your audience is. If your audience is 50-year-olds or 60-year-olds, chances are small font and pretty font and images are going to be harder to read, especially without glasses. So you want to say, okay, well, this may be a bad thing because my users are going to have trouble checking out. If it's a younger audience that's coming to your site, do they actually care about branding? Do they care about this? What are they actually looking for? How does the merchant site work? Do they have categories with clearly defined products that are right on the homepage that guide them into sales? Do they have good landing pages set up? Are there leaks on the landing pages? What can they have here that's going to help you with this? And just really help you close your sales for them. Those are really important things to look for. And we can talk a lot more in detail about sales funneling if you'd like later, but are there any questions right now? Okay. So attentive managers, here's something that's really important. If you have an affiliate program and you're not responding to your affiliates and you're just trying to join the program, you can't get an answer. They're not giving you something like a specific banner size you need. They're not responding within 24, 48 hours, even a week. What's going to happen when something bad happens? What happens if their website goes down? What happens if the links go down? What happens if they don't pay you? Do you think they're going to respond then? One thing you need to do, if you're down to 3 merchants out of your original 5 or 6, write to all of them. Write to them at a weird hour at night, write to them during the day, during normal business hours, and maybe try on the weekend and see how long it takes each of them to respond. The ones that are responsive, you may have a better chance of actually getting a response from them when you need something. A lot of times you can find broken links, you can find broken tracking, you'll see things that happen. And during the good times, if they won't respond to you, they're probably not going to respond during the bad because that's worse for them. Yeah, so you can also go onto forums and find up and down time. ShareSale actually lists up and down time for the programs as well, so you can see the history of the program, which can help you select it as well. Program details. So this is where it gets confusing and tricky. There's payouts. I have one where I get paid $3 a lead and another program where I make 50 cents a lead. I actually promote the 50 cents per lead twice as heavily as the $3. When I go through, the sales process is very easy. There's less fields to fill out, and the conversion path is just gorgeous. With the traffic that I send, I make almost twice as much money doing the higher payout. So it's important to actually test everything, and this is why your sales funnel is important, because even if you have a lower commission percentage or a lower lead payout, you could actually make more money promoting the one that pays less if they have a better sales process with less leaks. Other things you want to look at are conversion rates, and this is a good thing to ask your affiliate manager to see if they're knowledgeable. Say, what's your conversion rate? What's your conversion rate for coupon sites? What's your conversion rate for content sites in this niche? What is your conversion rate for non-trademark PPC affiliates? If they can't answer this, they really don't have a good grasp on their affiliate program, you know? They don't really know what's happening. So you should ask that, and that way you can start to estimate. If you have a blog that's a mommy blog, for example, and they work with other mommy bloggers, you want to know what it's going to be like for you or what a good relevant apples to apples comparison is so you can help determine if you're going to make money off of it or not. You want to ask the average order value. If they have equal payouts or similar commissions, but one has a $150 average order value and one has a $40 average order value, you may want to actually go up higher if the conversion rates are, or I mean, that will help you decide based on average order value because you could make more money off of each. Again, you'll have to test it. The click-through rate based on niche. This is important for you because you need to know what's actually happening with their banners. Maybe they have ugly banners. Maybe they don't have calls to action on their banners. Maybe certain niches just do not react to this type of product for this type of merchant. So ask them all, what's the click-through rate based on your specific niche? It will actually vary site to site. We have a marketing product that we work with, and that product with certain specific types of sites that we thought would be amazing, the banners never get clicked on. So we're constantly testing new banners and creatives for it. And if they're not going to help you with that, then you should probably move on. Look for people that are going to be proactive with you, and definitely keep working at a higher click-through rate. If people are not clicking on your banners, then you are not able to make money with this. So that's very important to learn. You also want to cycle your banners, keep them fresh so your readers always have something new to look at, test different colors, fonts, whatever you can. The cookie life of the program is important, especially if you're in niches like weddings. That was one of the first niches I went into as an affiliate. A large part of my sales came in off of cookie lives because people like to share these expensive products with their friends, with their future husband or wife, with their family, with the mother-in-law. So they may wait to actually come make the purchase until every single person has seen it. So look at the cookie life of the program and try to figure out what you're actually going to need based on your niche. There's one I didn't have. My computer was crashing when I was building these slides. So it's a little bit tricky for me to do this, but earnings per click. I think this is one of the fakest metrics out there. And this is actually a big, big warning flag for you. If they have a very high earnings per click, that should be a red flag for everyone. Your earnings per click is how many, depending on the network, it could be 1 click out of 100 and how much the total program makes off of that click, or 1 per 1,000. It just depends on which network you're on. And if they're allowing self-shoppers, if they have trademark bidders, that earning per click is really high. So that could be a warning that you may actually lose money. At the same time, if they have an affiliate that sent out a giant newsletter blast, for example, to 50,000 people and 20,000 people clicked on it, they're going to have a really, really low EPC. That doesn't mean you can't make money. It just meant within the last 7 days and the last 30 days, there were a ton of people clicking and not shopping, and it could have been something like a newsletter. So when you go to the merchant, if EPC is actually important to you, which it should not be, just my opinion, you want to ask them, what is the EPC for the top 10 partners that are within my niche and my type of site? And that way you can actually get a valid estimate. Do not go off the ones in the network unless you are someone that likes to bid on trademarks and everything, and then you can find possible merchants that aren't paying attention. But again, I don't recommend that. I think it's a bad practice. Multiple networks. I don't normally work with merchants that are on multiple networks. They may say they have a clean program that doesn't work with the adware that we saw before. And so they may be on ShareASale, which is probably the cleanest of every affiliate network out there. I love them. They definitely do the most, in my opinion, the best job of cleaning out the network and removing some of the bad things. But merchants will open a private in-house program. They'll put a program on another network, and that's how these guys get in. If they have last click in, even though you sent it through this network where you're supposed to be protected, because they're on this other network, you may lose your commission to the other person on this network. So make sure they have secondary and tertiary tracking set up, and that way they can actually go across and they can look through in the attribution line. They can see who actually referred, which network it belongs to, and if they don't know what you're talking about with that, just move on from them. Uptime versus downtime, try and find a history of the programs. This is another thing for your checklist. If they have a lot of downtime, if they're offline, if they're not paying their affiliates, then you want to probably move on from them because your job, you guys want to make money. This is what you're doing. You're promoting them for free. You're taking 100% of the risk. They're not giving you ad dollars like other people could be. So you want to make sure that they have a very good uptime and that they're always paying their partners. Tracking and other options. So some programs will have batch processing, so you don't actually see your sales for 24 hours. Others have real time. There's server-to-server tracking. This tracks the user when they hit your site and keeps them going through. There's cookie tracking. They can put in their own internal tracking links before the network. So if they use Omniture, if they use Google Analytics, no matter what they use to track, they can actually go in, they can install their own tracking links inside the links that you guys take. So now you have the network, you also have their internal tracking, and ask them if they do a monthly audit for discrepancy in tracking, and then they give you manual credits. That's a great thing to see. Are they actually with it? Are they protecting their affiliates? And are they using multiple tracking methods to make sure you're getting credit for the sales that you send them? Are there any questions on this one? Program details? Okay. Creatives. So what does the program offer you? Pretty much everyone has banners and text links. What some of the things you want to look for on the banners? I try to avoid banners that have the merchant's URL on it because people can see that and go directly and type in the URL because they're so tired of seeing ads. It does happen. It might not happen that often, but I'd rather keep my traffic. Look for ones that have calls to action. Shop now, click here. You want to make sure that they display products or have a good marketing message. Test the banners if you have a roommate, if you have kids, if you have parents living with you. Whoever's around you, just flash the banner to them real quick. Do you know what this banner's about? And if they can answer that after they've only seen it for a couple seconds, it may be a good banner to display to your readers. Your readers will just see it in the sidebar, and you want to make sure they actually understand and can get it, and that way you have a good chance of them clicking through to shop. With data feeds, does everyone know what a data feed is? Okay, so good, yay, we're waking up. Was everyone out last night? And so a data feed, it's basically a giant spreadsheet with products and URLs and images and everything in it. You can take different products like Pop Shops, Golden Can, ShareSale has the Make a Page tool, the Commission Junction has a way for you to pull product links, Linkshare has a storefront feature. Most of the networks offer it, and data feeds will enable you to pull any product from the merchant's feed, and you can insert it in your site, the image, the price. If you are good with PHP or database scripting or have someone that can do it, you can actually pull a real-time store into your site off of the data feeds. You can cross-promote multiple merchants. You can do a price comparison. So you would take the SKU of the product. Suppose you have a TV you want to promote. You take the SKUs, you can line them up, pull all the merchants that have them, and that way you show the TV, they see where the best price is, and you can really create a good user experience. Data feeds also help you to create widgets. Widgets are little banners or blocks or storefronts that show products, show prices, and you can pick and choose what goes into it. I'm addicted to the ShareSale Make a Page tool. It works great on my websites and it helps me make money. Some things you need to know about data feeds. Every single affiliate that is in that program has access to those same exact images, the same exact copy. This is duplicate content. It's not the exact duplicate content penalization for SEO, but this is not good for your site or the health of your site. When you are using a data feed, rewrite every description, download every image and upload it to your server and rename it properly. Put in your alt tag, your title tag on the images, and rename your links. You want everything to be unique for your site. Before you take the images, I'm not a lawyer, so this is not legal advice, but ask your merchant and get permission first because that may be their intellectual property and they may not want you to have it or use it. But it's very important that everything on your site is unique to your site. So rewrite everything and re-upload everything. And if the merchant won't let you do that, move on because it's better to have a strong site than one that's being damaged and competing with every single other site that's using the same feed. That's probably the best information you're going to get off this slide. There's video, and with video, it's a great way to do it. You can shoot video holding a product. Make sure you mention what to do with it, how to do it. Add in annotations and calls to action. You can use different video tools that are out there. Some of the networks provide you with tools. There's third-party tools out there. There's Vubix, there's Quill, there's a lot of them. And they can let you add calls to action. They can let you add links inside the videos. So as people are watching, if you're doing a fashion show, they can click on the images and go straight to the products. There's a ton of different tools. Video is something that works great. It's easy to shoot. Don't be scared. If you're a blogger, for example, you might not want your readers to see you. You might not think you have the right face or the right voice or anything else for your videos. But you know what? You could really engage them and they could come in and start to love you and really feel a connection. Wait, there's a real person writing this. It's not just some blah, blah, blah in this country doing this and that. You know, there's a real person here and you can build a connection and a bond and you can build a trustworthy factorness with your readers. So video is great and it could drive a lot of sales. Business2community.com, I use a video tool and I just did a case study on how I grew my newsletter list and a bunch of sales using video marketing. You could look it up after, just do a Google search for Business2Community and my name, and you should be able to find it. Widgets, we already talked about that a little bit. Widgets are great tools, but there's a couple things you need to be careful of with them. If you're installing a merchant-controlled widget, they have control over it. If a new affiliate manager comes into the program, they can change the size of the widget. If you only have a 300 or 160 pixel wide banner ad space and they change it to 400, they've now destroyed part of your site. If you're running it across the length of the site, you're in big trouble. So if you're using merchant widgets, make sure you check on them at least every other week or every month. Make sure that the products are the products you actually wanted in there. If they decided to pull in a giant new line of products that could be offensive to your readers, well, they could now be, your readers could be exposed to things that you really didn't want them to have to see or things that you find personally offensive. There's a lot of things that can happen with widgets that are dangerous. At the same time, it's an easy way to show bestsellers. So there's a lot of hits and misses with it. But if you do use merchant-provided widgets, you have to check to make sure the products are live, the products are the ones you wanted, and they don't change the sizes and colors on you. A lot of times you can say, would you mind creating a second widget for me? It takes less than 5 minutes to create a widget on any network. I have never seen a network that doesn't have a simple tool that actually offers them. So have them do it and have them name it after your site and ID and say do not touch on the widget. And that way if they change over, you have a new manager in there, oh, do not touch for this specific affiliate. And maybe they'll leave it alone and you're a lot safer that way, okay? With other creatives, there's live feeds, there's drip feeds, there's a ton of different things you can do out there, and there's a ton of tools you can use. Yeah, just go out there and find them. So are there any questions on creatives? Okay, do we have any questions in general? Wow, this is the quietest I've ever heard. Yeah.
What are the top 3 things you would do to you have your checklist, but how do you go about starting, finding the right affiliate programs, and then what niches are the best ones to start if you were to start?
Okay, so the question is how do you find the program and what's the best niche to start in? The best niche to start in is one that you can actively write about and not get bored of and not get tired of. What I do is I'll go and I'll pick a few. Then I'll write out 50 article ideas. If I can't hit 50 article ideas within a day, I probably shouldn't be writing about it because I'm not going to have enough content to start driving traffic and sales through. It's also one that you actually know something or would be interested in. If it's not something that's interesting to you, your readers are going to be able to pick up on it and say, okay, this is fraud, this is bad, not good. There's a ton of niches out there that aren't really tapped. I launch a new site probably every 3 or 4 weeks, and most of them do make money, which is great. Look for things that type in product names or type in specific topics, type in questions about topics. So instead of blue widget, type in, will a blue widget work with this sub pump in my basement, you know, or something, and see what's competing. Is it other websites? Are they authoritative websites? Is it a merchant like Home Depot or something else that you're going to have trouble competing with in the search engines? And if it's showing up like there's not much competition for this, that could be a very good one to go into to become the authoritative site. You'll add your author rank into it through Google, or do you know how to do that? Does everyone know how to do that? Okay, cool. And you can start to become the authoritative author and topic on that, have your picture showing up, and you can take over that niche fairly easily. So does that answer your question? Okay. Yes? For author rank. Okay, so what you need to do is you sign up with Google+, okay, and you create your account. Then you list your website that you're writing on inside your sites and sites you contribute to. Then on your site, you add in your author tags. It'll be, I think it's like rel equals quote author or something like that. There's really clear-cut instructions. I actually have instructions on adamreamer.me on how to do it. So, but that's basically all you do. And then once Google starts to see you as an authoritative figure on a topic, it'll start showing your image next to posts that you've written, even if it's not your own site. If they have your author tag and you have that site listed in your Google Plus account, it'll show you on their site. If you type in affiliate adware, Ray Hoffman, I wrote a nice article for her site. You'll see that show up in the #1 result, but it has my picture over it. Her keynote's going to be amazing. I highly recommend going to it. She's one of the smartest people in the world. So completely, you have to go see Ray. Yes?
Follow up to his question. I'm just trying to work the numbers here. When you said 50 article ideas,
No. If I can't come up with 50 article ideas, I'm not creative enough, I don't know enough, or I'm not that interested enough in this specific topic. You can do 20 article ideas. It really just depends. I don't write every article.
Okay.
I may only write like 5 or 6 of them. I want to see if I'm actually interested, if I can think of enough topics to write about, because I like to keep something fresh. Like what I do with my sites is I try to build a following around them, so I keep getting people coming back and they can trust me and trust my recommendations. And I shop at every single merchant. Before I promote them, I actually go and I make a purchase. I'm that jerk that calls into customer service, and then I give a really nice call into them, and I see how they resolve issues, because I want my readers to be able to trust me, trust my recommendations, and shop with me for a long time. So it's important to do that as well, but I might not write every article. I just want to see if I can think of enough stuff to keep it interesting for a long time. No, I have some employees. So say hi, Ryan. Any other questions? Yes. I am so tech stupid. She's asking if I've ever used a flip camera, what I use. A lot of people like them. I use my iPhone or just my laptop computer camera because I can't figure out how to work electronics. I am horrible with them and I break them instantly. It's like math. I can't do it. I mess up basic addition. He laughs at me every day for it. So yeah, I don't have a specific camera I can recommend. I just take my iPhone. If you guys want, I can tweet out a picture of everyone in here real quick. But yeah, that just works for me. So she's recommending the flip cam. So does anyone else use a specific camera or anything to shoot video with? That's her question. Which one? There's one called Blogging made by Sony. Oh, Bloggie. Bloggie? Oh, well, here we go. If you look back, the gentleman behind you has one. Okay, so in my apartment, I love wine, and I have these really random things. I have this dog sculpture that holds a wine bottle in my kitchen, and I'll put the camera in there if I need someone to film me cooking and other stuff, and I just try to figure out really stupid ways, and like I said, I break a lot of electronics. It's not pretty, and I'm just really clumsy in general. I missed the chair when I tried to sit down earlier. Yeah. So I really can't help with that. Distribution, if you want to find easy ways to work with video, one thing you can do is take your video, and TubeMogul used to have a free distribution tool. They now broke that off because TubeMogul became its own product, and they have this product called OneLoad. OneLoad will let you take your video and upload it to almost every major video site, from YouTube to Vimeo and a ton of other things. So that's a great way to actually get your video going. Then when you go into YouTube, once your video is uploaded, some things you can do. A lot of people don't know that YouTube actually has a keyword tool, just like Google AdWords does. And you can go and you can see the search volume. So type in cat video, cat falling off tree video, or something like that. You can actually find the search volume. So now you know what tags and categories to use. After you do that, make sure you transcribe your videos as well. This gives you content to work with. This makes it friendly for people that are deaf. Deaf, that can't actually hear what you're saying. Now they can read along as you're showing the video, holding up a product, so you're not alienating a specific audience. Another thing you can do is look for the videos that are relevant to yours. Look how they're tagged, look at the categories they're using, look at their descriptions, fill out your descriptions, it's very important, and try to mimic some of theirs and then add your own in. What you may find start to happen is, after on YouTube especially, you get recommended videos on a similar topic. What can happen with this is all of a sudden your video becomes the next one that people see, and your views just start climbing pretty fast. Another nice thing you can do with that, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, add in an annotation to follow, but make sure, I see this so many times, people forget to use subscribe to my channel links below. Get people to subscribe, so as you upload new videos, it comes and feeds into their feed, and they are updated that you have one. This is a great way to grow your video following. And then I'm going to do a shameless plug. One of my clients, Viewbix, I use them a lot. I do have a direct relationship with them, so full disclosure. They are a video tool. I actually use them personally. That's why I'm talking about them on my own sites to make money, and they're the one that I use in the case study. That's a great tool for your videos as well. viewbix.com, B as in boy. Go to Business to Community and you'll see the case study that I did on how to grow my newsletter list using video with it and social media. But sorry about the shameless plug, but since we're talking about video, it is a great product and it's one that I enjoy and that I personally use. And even if they weren't client, I would still be promoting them. Yeah, of course. So the question is, if you don't have internal resources, developers, designers, where do you go to get a website built? There is a wonderful meat market table upstairs with Jessica from Copyblogger Media, and she they have a great framework for WordPress. WordPress, you can do anything with now. You can open an e-commerce store on it. You can have a blog. You can have a static site. And I have an affiliate link for you if you'd like to use it. Or just tell Jessica I referred you up there. She'll give you a nice discount. I didn't say that, though. And, well, I hope she will. But anyways, Genesis is a framework that's awesome. And they have a ton of templates that are already built out that are gorgeous, fully customizable. You can change the columns. You can change the images. And it's very user-friendly. They have an entire support community and forum. And that's what I base all of my sites off of now. If I do need actual custom design work done, I'll try some sites. I don't use Fiverr. I personally think it's crap, and I've gotten a lot of crap work out of it, or I found that people are stealing images and they didn't actually draw or design or use the rights to it. Other people find great experiences with it. I haven't personally, but other people do love it, but that's an option. You can go to 99designs.com and have them try it. If you need a voiceover or a vocal track, you can try voices.com. They have a lot of really talented people, and you actually name your own price on it, and then people send you sound clips of their voice reading your script. There's a lot of resources out there. How do I do this view thing? So, slideshow. Not for a long time. It's been years. And iFreelance was another one from a long time ago. You could try those. They may work. So, yes? Oh, is time over? Is that why that went off? Oh, sorry. Sorry, what's the question? That would depend on what you're which service you're using, which sites you're uploading to. You're going to have to do it different on every site. If you're doing it on your own sites, you may just want to click here for the transcription and open up a new page or a new post, or just have it feed across. Some offer closed captioning, so it will show. You can also use the different systems that actually capture your voice and go across, and it'll just automatically type it out for you as you're reading. So it really depends on the site and the tool and the video player you're using. But yeah, you definitely don't want to alienate people that could be deaf or have special needs from your site by forgetting to transcribe and use closed captioning. So, yes?
What's your feedback on the GoDaddy products?
What GoDaddy products? I'm not going to comment. I'm sorry. The question was, what's your opinion on the GoDaddy products to build sites? I do buy some of my URLs through GoDaddy. I don't use their website builders. I prefer to go and install WordPress. If you're using them for hosting, I don't see an issue. But I always recommend that people have their own URLs and their own installations of WordPress. If you can afford it, do a dedicated hosting. If you have shared hosting, make sure you have a dedicated IP at least. It's just easier for the search engines and better for your site's health. Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't recommend using a lot of those types of products necessarily, unless that's the business model that you choose to use, then by all means go for it. but my preference is to install WordPress, then I put the Genesis framework on the site, and then I find a template that I enjoy. And the nice thing that I trust about Copyblogger is they're pretty knowledgeable with SEO, with content marketing. I mean, they're the largest content marketing company out there, I think. Like, they're huge and they're awesome. So I feel like I'm in really good hands when I use StudioPress and Copyblogger Media for my websites and the Genesis framework. So, yeah. Hi. You first.
Are there any social media platforms you can't post your affiliate links out on? Like I noticed people, on their Facebook fan pages will say, oh, I can't live without this product in the kitchen, and it's their Amazon link. I've seen some do it on Twitter, and I don't know if there's any.
Pinterest has specifically said no after they launched when they realized how much money people were making and how much they were spamming it. But if you are going to do this, again, I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, but the FTC does have advertising disclosures. And if you are going to use an actual affiliate link on a social media site, you should disclose this is an affiliate link, this is an ad, I am being paid to recommend this, something like that, okay? But I personally think it's a dumb idea to share a link on a social network unless it's an impulse buy. And I'm not saying anyone who does that's dumb, but here's my process and what I do. I go through and I try to bring them into my own website, because if I can get them off of the social media site and onto one of my own personal sites and my blogs that has the actual product, I can get them possibly to join my newsletter list. I can get them to sign up to my RSS feed. I now have a captive audience off of a social media site, and I'm not just sending it to a merchant. So because social media can give you access to your friends' friends, and then those friends' friends from them, and wow, that's a tongue twister. But basically, you can now bring in an entirely new audience into your website and capture them and remarket to them over and over. So that's a much better benefit for you. So I would recommend taking them in. Now, at the holiday times, I will post affiliate links out on social media sites, but I only do impulse buys that I know people are going to shop for instantly. I won't do an actual product or a product review or say, I can't live without this, just because I'd rather bring those people into my site and build a readership and a following. So again, it depends on your business model. It depends if it's a one-off product, if your site's a one-off site where they only shop one time, they have no desire to come back. It really just depends. There were two more hands up. Yes?
You gave us some wonderful advice about how to not lose money in a variety of ways. And you were saying do this and do this. I don't know how to do any of that.
Okay.
Book somewhere?
I don't know of any books that are up to date or accurate. There's a lot of blogs with some advice. I enjoy reading sugarray.com. I read Marketing Land. I have my own blog where I write about this stuff a lot. Like anything I ever know or test or try is literally on my site right here. Everyone messes up the E and I, so it won't show up if you do EI, it's IE. You can check out Sean Collins' blog, Affiliate Tip. He has years and years and years of information on there. Missy Ward at missyward.com. I know she used to write a lot about this. I haven't checked it for a while, but that's a very good resource that I've read a lot in the past. There's different things. A-Best Web years ago had a ton of information. I stopped going there a few years ago, but I know in the past there was a lot of very good information. There's examples of adware. When you read about the adware there, some of it no longer exists, some of it's changed names, some of it's gotten worse, so you have to actually download and test and figure it out for yourself. Some of the merchants cleaned up certain things when it still says they're bad or they do this, but they may not do it anymore. And other ones that were good back then may have changed management and strategies, and now they're bad. So you have to use your own advice and educate yourself, but those are some resources you can use. No problem. Yes?
I want to know, does your choosing of the program that you're going to participate affected by where you're going to get the traffic from, SEO or paid traffic, or how do you determine this? Because let's say you choose a program, but then to bring the traffic, it's going to be very expensive. So
you just have to know your audience. So the question is, do you pick the merchant, and how do you pick a merchant based on where your traffic's coming from? This is basically, once you figure out your audience, so you could think that everyone's female and 40 and under, when in reality, all of them are guys and they're in their 70s and 80s. So you've got to figure it out. And if you're doing home improvement products, for example, houses and interiors look a lot different in the Northeast than they do in Southern California and the Midwest versus a trailer or something, you know? So you've really got to use your analytics. Google Analytics is free. Figure out the demographics, survey your readers if you build up a newsletter list, and try and get it honed in. Then you go and you look at the different merchants and you ask them for their media kit, the reader. If they're a public company, they may have some information about where their readers shop, what their average shopper is. The people that shop at Nordstrom's probably aren't shopping at TJ Maxx. People at Saks probably aren't shopping at Macy's. So figure out where your audience is. If you can get it down to the zip code, you can cross-reference this US Census database to find the median incomes of households in that specific region. And I see people laughing. I actually do this. I'm kind of a geek. And then I know what stores are probably the best for my audience, and that's how you can find a relevant one. Then you check the sales funnel, see where there's fall off, where it's an easier process, who is the best one, where you have a good manager that responds to you, and from that point you have the best guess at who to start with. Or you can just try listing multiple stores if it's product-based and see which one people click through the most. Sometimes people prefer higher priced items than lower because they want to make sure it's legit and authentic. Other times they're not worried about the actual price, or other times they're very frugal and they want to save, so they may go for the lower, and that's another way to try to determine who your audience is. If you have 3 clear price points, like a $50 shirt, a $100 shirt, and a $10,000 shirt, and you're selling the majority of the high-end ones and a few of the low-end ones, the bulk of your readers are probably more high-end and less price conscious, and that way you know, okay, instead of promoting a toy boat, let's promote a yacht, you know? So that's where you can go, and then you look for complementary products and services to ones they've already purchased, and you can add those in. You can add a section. That's how you can start building your site out even more. Does that answer your question? Okay, thanks. Yes?
So I just saw you just mentioned Junction, and I was so excited because I finally have something to write about when, and give me the link, and I was all excited, and I filled it out, and I hit accept for the whatever terms and conditions, and it was like, we're sorry, the manner of public will decline to request me and whatever. And I was like, no. Why did they not want me to?
Because they don't like you. No, I'm just kidding. So the question is, I logged into a specific affiliate network. I try to not mention brands and companies' names because we're about education and not saying anything bad about anybody. XYZ merchant has decided to decline my application. Why did they reject me? So some networks offer auto rejections. It could be based on the state that you live in because of Nexus. Maybe they can't work with affiliates in a specific state because they'll have to collect taxes. Other times it could be because you're a type of site. Some merchants don't work with coupon sites. Some don't want content sites. Some don't want this or that. Other times they're just going through and randomly doing a selection, or they close off a program and have a limited amount of affiliates because they don't know what they're doing. So what I do in this instance is I find out if it's the network managing the program or if it's an in-house person or an agency. I find that person's contact information and I write to them. I say, here's my website, here's my stats, here's the pages I want to promote you on, here's how I want to promote you. I think this could be a good fit for this reason and this reason. If they don't respond, I go above them. And then I reach out to the marketing director at the company or the VP of marketing at the company, like, look, I'm trying to promote you. I'm taking the full risk. You don't have to spend ad money here. I'm not going to steal from you. I'm going to add value. Here's how. Here's my readership. Will you please accept me into your affiliate program? And sometimes let you in that way. And if they still don't, look for similar products that XYZ merchant has and promote a competitor. If it's a specific collectible or something, there's a ton of gift shops that'll have it, and there's bound to be one out there that'll value you as a customer. And if you find a mom and pop shop, you're going to be helping a small business out. Because they're a mom and pop shop, they're going to appreciate you more than a large brand, more than likely, and give you more personalized attention and help get you what you need. So you don't always need to rely on the big brands. They all distribute and resell at other places. They all have outlets. They all have other sellers, and there's always, almost always, products you can replace it with. We have time for one more question. Yes?
How about if you had identify product or service, and it's not in, or you haven't found it in any of these different companies, right? You know, like, this is right up life, one of the premier glass makers in the world. So, approaching a particular company, saying, hey, who do I talk to there about your affiliate program, or is there
Can you say that one more time? Sorry.
If you're trying to track down, instead of going through a share sale or one of these companies, maybe you don't like the products that are there, or maybe those products don't fit into your particular website, right? So you're always trying to recruit or cherry pick particular products. For instance, as an example, Rydell Glass, which is, they make the most expensive wine glasses in the world, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you wanted to approach this, say, hey, I want to work with your affiliate manager, or do you do affiliate marketing at all? Is there a resource or a suggested way to approach those particular?
If they don't, so the question is, if they don't have a program or they're not listing specific products within the program, is there a way to gain access to it and work with them?
Right.
Yes. You want to just keep calling and keep figuring out who in the company you can talk to. If they don't have a marketing department, go for biz dev. If they don't have biz dev, a salesperson would love to hear you're going to send them sales. You know, same with biz dev, same with the person in charge of partnerships. Or if you can just get a hold, if it's a small company, unlike the one you had mentioned, just go after the owner and be like, look, I have this traffic. Can we set up a direct relationship and say, do you have Google Analytics with e-commerce data? And they can export a source medium report for you each month to show you what they earned. And when you hit a certain amount, can you send me a check? And normally they would be willing to work with you. So you just have to find someone in the company if they don't have a program and ask them for it. We're actually out of time. The guy is flagging me down. But you're welcome to come up here after, and then I have to run to the meat market. We have a table up there with one of my clients, so you can talk there. But thank you all very much for coming. I hope that answered your question. My name's Adam Reamer from Adam Reamer Marketing, and Rollerblader on Twitter. Thank you.